All right, we're going to do the next one in the Scary Story book. The Goblin Story. Have you ever heard of moon melons? Well, they soak up all the moonshine and glow like anything. And sweet mercy, and magic too. All you do is start them rolling and they roll on and on. Once, a big old goblin was gathering moon melons when someone said, "Who's taking my melons?" The somebody was hiding behind the tree, so the goblin thought he was hearing things, and he went on gathering. Then somebody said, "Those are my melons. They do what I want. Roll along, melons." And he pushed them. Right then and there, the melons began to roll away, slipping, sliding, glowing, gliding through the silvery field. "You can't do that," cried the big goblin. So he chased them, and the moon melons rolled merrily along. They slipped around a tree, so did the goblin. They slithered under the fence, so did the goblin. They rumbled up and down the melon rows. The goblin waddled behind them so fast that he might have caught them all. But the moon melons came to the top of the hill and stopped. And the goblin was so big he went waddling right past them, down the hill. His hat whisked off. He could not stop. Then a boy sneaked out from behind the tree and gave those melons a push. After him, he yelled. Off thundered the moon melons with the goblin puffing like a breeze and screeching, "Help, help, help!" which didn't help at all. The big goblin felt thinner and thinner and very puffed, but the moon melons rolled on, and they were just about to knock him over when he squeezed down a hole and was safe. Up jumped the boy, laughing in the moonlight. "That will teach you to take my melons." Then the boy went home, rolling the moon melons along. When the goblin saw that, he stamped his foot and shook his fist at the melons he had missed. The scallywag, the imp, and even the goblin himself were so scared by that scary story that they shrieked and hid under the rug. "Now it's my turn," mumbled the scallywag under the rug. No one argued. The scallywag was worried when no one argued. "It's my turn," he announced louder still. Then the imp and the goblin waited for him to start. The scallywag waited for them to argue. Finally, the imp stamped his little pointed feet and shouted, "Hurry up and take your turn," so loudly that the scallywag did. The Scallywag's Story. A young scallywag was tramping along doing nothing wrong when he saw a magic hat. He knew it was magic because of the way it wiggled all by itself. So he put it on and sat down to see just what magic would happen. He sat and sat. Nothing magic happened. But suddenly something very magic happened. A ghost came right out of the hat, curling like smoke, and tied itself into a knot right around the scallywag's middle, and it would not let him go, not for anything. And the scallywag hooted and hollered. He danced and pranced, and he rolled all over the ground, but the ghost would not let go. It just laughed and laughed, and it tied itself into another knot besides, and squeezed, so the scallywag screamed like anything. Then a boy came from nowhere and shouted, "So there you are, untie yourself," for it was his pet ghost. Then he washed the ghost, rub, 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 and hung it up like a handkerchief, and it glowed and it cried, "Woo!" for it was very cold. "Now I will wash you," said the boy, and he tried to catch the scallywag. The boy got very close, and the scallywag got very scared. Just then, he saw his own magic hat lying near, so he grabbed it quickly and said, "Zinky, zinky, zoo," and poof, he was gone. The scallywag popped out under a toadstool far away. He looked all around and saw no one. "I've never had a bath, and I never will," he giggled. And then we'll read the next one later.